Take you up in boom boom boom, boom boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. Plans would come true. Spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. Plans would come true. Spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Take you up in boom boom boom, boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. Plans would come true. Spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Take you up in boom boom boom, boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. Plans would come true. Spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. Plans would come true. Spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Take you up in boom boom boom, boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. Plans would come true. Spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. you up and boom, 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 boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.